That's a good question. I think simplistically, yeah, the right hemisphere is a lot smarter, and in fact I think that is the case. Most of the really cool stuff, most of the innovations aren't coming from this end of the spectrum, but they're hijacked and utilized for means of power and control. Sure, there must be a way to outsmart this and outthink this. It's just applying that knowledge and trying to figure out where on earth we are within the context of this disease. I don't think by force is a good way to do it. You know, it always ends up in a pretty bloody mess. But I would think it's possible to create a diagnosis, a map, that even the left hemisphere in all but its most extreme form or extreme pathology can understand and perhaps even feel compelled to act on. You know, one thing that occurs to me, that the frightened left hemisphere, yeah, it has a lot of need for control, power, familiarity. But one thing it likes even more than that is to be seen to be smart, to be seen to be clever. Nobody likes to be seen to be stupid. So trying to set up a diagnosis that brings with it the psychological baggage of, well, if you deny this diagnosis when the evidence in rational language is incredibly compelling, you're going to look pretty stupid. And people don't want to look stupid. So I think there's ways to create psychological pressure that make it incredibly uncomfortable to want to hang on to control if control is a symptom of a particular pathology that equates to being pretty stupid. So yeah, there's ways to build in traps that make it much more compelling rather than just a simple choice. I think this stuff's crazy. Well, actually that's fine if that's an opinion, but if the rational evidence stacks up, if all these other traditions, if it's all pointing to the same place, who's going to be the one to stand up in the room saying, no, I want to maintain this, when everybody looking is going to say, well, it just means you've got this condition worse. We don't like that. We don't want to stand up and be the stupid person, even if we'd like to be in control. You know, so yeah, there may be ways to affect a Trojan horse that unravels in such a way that makes it incredibly difficult to maintain these insane structures without resorting to force. It's very idealistic, I know, but I'd rather be involved in something like that than saying, yeah, let's build even better weapons. That's not the way to go. Well, the book's available online. It's available on Amazon and through my website. It's actually been republished under a different title, Return to the Brain of Eden. I also have websites, Left in the Dark, type Left in the Dark in, and that brings it all up. This is a sister website linked into that, Beyond Belief. A lot of information on there. And I'd really say this is just the ancient traditions, dumbed down into a kind of more accessible language, so that our rational mind can understand this. And it's really a diagnosis. And if we get an accurate diagnosis, we then find solutions. And I think it's pretty simple. Basically, our brain's not working very well. Do we want to fix it? End of.